Hello, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Random Thoughts from me, Ted Bear. Honesty is truly the best policy. I know this is the third video I've made on the subject. The second one I recorded today. But it's true. I still have to hear a solid reason for it not to be true, but most arguments I hear against honesty is trying to stay out of trouble with the opposite sex. Which leads me to Honesty 3.0. To Honesty is the best policy, NCIS LA edition. Hey, when somebody gives me something I can point to, darn it, somebody gives me a visual aid, darn it, I'm going to use it. Now, in the Season 5 episode, Deep Trouble, showcases a line of BS that men use to try to stay out of trouble called, I didn't notice. Yeah, I'm going there. Now, let me set the scene. DEA agent Talia DiCapo, the DEA agent Deeks partnered up with in the episode Fish Out of Water, is back. At the end of the episode Fish Out of Water, there was two things very clear. Number one, Talia kind of has a thing for Deeks. But she knows, although we already knew, that Deeks' heart belongs to Kinsey. Now, in the intervening episodes, Kinsey was in Africa, and she took some very strong emotional hits, being captured in an attempt to find her Jack, her former fiancé, who had PTSD, left her 9 years ago and was presumed dead, who had a completely different life, actually having a wife and fathering a child. Now, somebody coming back from the dead and having all that happen tends to cause what I refer to as a foundation shaker. And you don't swing from the rafters after an earthquake. Kinsey and Deeks, recognizing the situation and keeping the promise to be patient, slowed things down a little bit. At least that's what I took from that unboxing scene at the end of Three Hearts. Besides, a guy who finds genuine pleasure in finding a red herring, that person is not going to be a douchebag. Sorry. No, that's not going to happen. Anyway, back to my point. Now, in the aftermath of a gunfight, explosion, fire trucks are still there. Miss DiCapo calls out, "What's shaking, partner?" Then walks up and gives Deeks about a 2 to 3 second hug. Now, this gets Kinsey's attention. And this leads to a bit of a size-up stare-down between the two. In hopes of getting a moment to regroup, Deeks gets them to go back to the boat shed. So the three of them are heading that way, and which leads to where Deeks messes up. Now, Kinsey mentions how attractive Talia is, and Deeks claims, I didn't even notice. Boom! The first of 3 punches from Kinsey during that scene. Now, women notice other women. And not for that reason, you perverts. But women know also know that men look. And for some reason, we feel the need to feel guilty, especially when we've done nothing wrong. And if you go back and you look, Deeks didn't do anything wrong, except for saying, I didn't notice. Yeah, that was mess up. Now the next scene continues, and Kinsey leaves the room, and DiCapo proceeds to smack Deeks a couple of times for not telling her what Kinsey looked like. Now Kinsey comes back after freshening up in the bathroom. Talia counters by taking off her overshirt and showing off her translucent V-neck t-shirt, which she pulls down a little front, give a little bit more skin show. Hey, it's not like she was trying to. Never mind. Nope. Bad. Anyway, Deeks is trying like hell to stay focused on the situation when both the ladies are trying to. Yeah. If he just said yes. Anyway, to wrap this up. Now, guys, if you don't want to get in trouble, the answer you're looking for is yes. You just looked, you didn't do anything wrong. The answer you're looking for is yes. Honey, yes. That butt and those jeans caught my attention. Yeah. I'm not dead. But remember, ladies, looking at that ass doesn't mean that his heart is going to follow. However, to be completely honest, sometimes it does. One does not mean the other one's going to happen. But if it does, if his heart does follow that ass, that means you need to kick his ass out the door. This has been Random Thoughts from me, Ted Bear. I hope I helped.